Do you guys hate money and love getting yelled at? Well then boy do I have a proposition for you. Hey guys, Sasabob here, and today we're going to be taking a look at alpha male boot camps.
What are you doing here? Why are you a disappointment? I want to know.
The second they take off, the next one hits the steps forward and hits the ground.
I honestly didn't even think these were still a thing anymore until I saw a random clip resurface on Twitter of some goofballs getting yelled at while swinging around sledgehammers. So I decided to look into it, and oh my god, how is this still a thing? For those who might be unfamiliar, what exactly is an alpha male boot camp? Well, it's basically where you and your fellow aspiring alpha males go to become even more alpha by doing super manly stuff like holding hands, goofing around, and experiencing the beauty of nature. By far the most well known of these boot camps is called the MDK Project, also known as Modern Day Nights. It describes itself as a 75-hour personal growth experience for men who want to live lives filled with fulfillment, purpose, financial freedom, and have a deep, loving relationship with their family. I mean, I'm not sure how letting a grown man scream in your face makes you love your family more, but hey, you know what? Let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe there's a method to this macho madness.
The project is not an experience. It's also a process. It's like administering chemotherapy to a cancerous area of the body, and it's going to unearth and expose who you are.
You know, say what you will, but I think it was a bold choice for them to film all their promo footage in the 1950s. I mean, I get they're trying to make it look all dramatic with the black and white filters and whatnot, but I argue it almost has the opposite effect of making it look kind of washed out and boring. But nah, what do I know? Maybe being colorblind is actually just super alpha. But besides the whole thing being filmed like Casablanca, I will give them some credit, as the actual course itself does seem legitimately physically challenging, with tasks like rucking, push-ups, and ice baths. But the other thing I noticed is just how much these guys love the hose. And I'm not talking about promiscuous women either, I mean like an actual garden hose.
329. 1, 2, 3, 30. 1, 2, 3.
Hold that sledgehammer in the air with both hands. Like a bench press. Like a bench press.
Alright, so there's just a lot to unpack here. First off, this exercise, if you can even call it that, seems dangerously close to just being actually waterboarded. Second of all, why is all this happening in what looks to be a Walmart parking lot? I mean, you can literally see the lines for the parking spaces. I just think if you're paying money for this experience, then surely there's a better place all this could be happening, right? But that begs the question, just how much money does it cost to get waterboarded in the McDonald's parking lot? And I hope you guys have a spare kidney to sell, because it is $18,000. I mean, there has to be a cheaper way to have a midlife crisis, right? But what makes the whole price thing extra confusing is, in all the marketing material for the project, they make it seem like after this course, you will magically start making more money and start making better financial decisions.
I was able to leave with more confidence, more faith in myself. My family feels more secure, and my finances, I feel like I have more control to be able to make the decisions that will allow me to propel much further than I had self-limiting beliefs on those aspects.
Literally, what is bro yapping about? You really need to go to a boot camp to tell you to buy low and sell high? And why does he have to say it in the most convoluted way possible? He literally says, I have to propel much further than I had self-limiting beliefs on those aspects. Bro, who talks like that? I mean, you know, besides the dude who obviously wrote the cue cards.
Make the decisions that will allow me to propel much further than I had self-limiting beliefs on those aspects.
Besides the promo footage, once you start to look at the actual boot camp itself is where things start to get really unhinged. As far as I can tell, it's just an excuse for the instructors to go on insane power trips and punish the participants for the smallest of mistakes.
Stupid. Are you that stupid? Here's why we're stupid. Here's why. Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Get the f*** off me. Get the f*** off of me.
I'm not
you
touching
little
you.
bitch.
I'm not touching you.
Bitch. All of you get in the f*** tubs. Get in the tubs. Every one of you. So, hey, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Sir, every one of you get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Shut up. There is no respect. Get in the tub.
Being a real man means standing up to assholes, but don't stand up to me when I'm being an asshole, because you can't do that. That's against the rules. Now you might be thinking, wow, this course seems really intense. And you'd be right, as they literally made a guy work out so hard he died of heart failure. However, you'd never know that because they've done a great job of scrubbing it from the internet. I literally had to go to the dark web just to find any information about it. Well, I mean, by dark web, I mean page 3 of Google, but still, pretty much the same thing. But it gets even crazier considering the instructors were literally saying stuff like this.
Last 3 days, just like Tyson Dog trying to kill Jackson Dog, I've literally done my best, everything in my power to kill every single one of you.
But all this might have you wondering, who exactly is the architect of all this shenanigans? And that would be a man by the name of Bedros Keuilian. Now, Bedros is a self-proclaimed serial entrepreneur, and some things to know about him is he loves yelling and he hates eye contact. I'm serious, don't even think about looking him in the eyes or else I'll throw a complete temper tantrum.
Don't look at me with your 1,000-yard stare. It ain't gonna fucking work.
My favorite thing about Bedros is, despite him teaching a class for alphas, he might be the most insecure person in that whole parking lot. He'll do this weird thing where he'll be in the middle of giving a speech about complete nonsense, and then he'll pause to insult somebody, and then just keep giving the speech. I swear to God, it's the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
You and I don't get punished for our vices, for our infidelities, for our fucking... Are your eyes crossed? What the fuck is the matter with you? Are you looking at me right now?
No, yes, sir.
But are your eyes crossed?
No, sir.
You're looking at me right now.
Yes, sir.
The universe will punish your kids and their kids.
In my experience, usually people who are confident with who they are don't need to resort to bringing others down. This kind of behavior just makes him seem insecure and kind of childish. And keep in mind, this is how he's treating his customers who are paying close to 20 G's.
What's your name again? God bless you. Like you sneezed.
You know, it's actually ironic that he acts like a child, because Bedros, being the serial entrepreneur slash genius he is, thought, hey, you know my boot camp that's basically borderline torture? Yeah, what if we did that same thing, but with kids?
Dig, faster. Get your face down low. Dig. Come on. Back, and pass him. Run him over. Go.
So this is the Squire program. It's basically just the regular boot camp except with less screaming and more teenagers. Because, you know, there's nothing teenage boys love more than waking up early and getting yelled at by strangers. I mean, how would you even go about talking your son into doing something like this? Hey there, kiddo. I was just wondering if maybe you wanted to go get a waterboarded with me in the Arby's parking lot later.
Get the fuck out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft!
I kind of feel bad for these kids though, because in all the clips, the kids will be like, I'm tired, I don't know if I can keep going. And the instructors will be like, stop being a pussy and be a man.
Control the breathing. Don't let it control you. You guys are... And why am I not breathing heavy? It doesn't matter.
Damn bro, that's crazy. It's almost like they haven't finished going through puberty yet and their bodies can't handle a 15-hour workout. I mean, hell, I have gone through puberty. I don't think I could handle a 15-hour workout. The only thing crazier than the child labor camp itself is the website, as it's the most boomer shit I've ever seen. And I'm not even exaggerating a little bit. Just listen to this section and tell me it doesn't sound like a divorced dad posting on Facebook. I can't even tell you how many of my son's friends I met who don't know how to accomplish simple tasks every man should know, like change a tire, saw a piece of wood, drive a manual transmission. You mean for the 2 cars that are still manual? Open doors for women, and this is the craziest one right here, folks. Sit in the right spot at a restaurant to keep their head on a swivel. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Who are your ops? What are you, the CEO of a major insurance company? Why do you need tactical positioning at the Applebee's, my guy? Defend themselves and others. And finally, have the confidence to make eye contact when speaking. Wait a minute, eye contact? Are we sure Bedros actually signed off on this one, guys?
You're looking at me right now? No.
As far as I can tell, the only real demographics for something like this would probably either be super intense JROTC kids or dads whose biggest fear is their son going to art school. Other than that, what's the point of all this? I mean, there's cheaper ways to bond with your son that don't cost $2,000. I mean, whatever happened to just taking your son fishing or camping or something like that? Unfortunately, I do have some bad news for all you aspiring alpha males out there. You see, while the Squire program is still running, unfortunately a couple of months ago, the MDK project did close its doors. Well, not really though. Let me explain. You see, right when the MDK project closed, everybody's favorite guy, Bedros Not-So-Cool Keuilian, conveniently opened up his new boot camp called the Misogi Challenge.
What is the Misogi? It's a Japanese purification ritual. The beautiful thing about the Misogi is you cleanse away the old version of you when you go through a period of suffering.
Now, while the Misogi Challenge brands itself as being based on Japanese principles, it's literally just the same boot camp but condensed into 12 hours instead of 72. Luckily though, the price is also condensed as it's only $1,500. Maybe Beidrou's finally figured out people don't want to pay 18 grand for 3 days of CrossFit. Unsurprisingly, the Misogi Challenge promises all the same shenanigans as MDK. Basically, after this course, you'll be a completely new person with infinite confidence in a 12-inch hog. But listen, you don't need to work a 12-hour shift at the ball-crushing factory to be a better man. And that kind of leads me to my main problem with these alpha male boot camps. Have you guys ever seen that movie Limitless, where the guy unlocks 100% of his brain and becomes like an absolute monster of productivity? I feel like that's what these boot camps are trying to promise you, where you just take this course and you'll instantly become the best version of yourself. But in reality, that's not how self-improvement works. It's not just a switch you can flip, it's a long journey where you slowly become better over time. But I think despite how goofy these boot camps look, that's why people still attend them, because they're looking for that shortcut to their perfect life. But for some reason, if you still think this stuff looks cool, bro, what are you doing? Just go join the military. You don't even have to pay them. In fact, they'll actually pay you. But I don't know, that's just my thoughts. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Or if you're a true alpha, then consider hitting that subscribe button for even more internet shenanigans. But yeah, peace out homies. See you guys next time.